What is going on, Green Bay Packer fans? It is Friday, training camp, first practice on Monday. Super stoked that football is back. Hope you guys are super stoked that football is back. It is Friday. No deal for Jordan Love just as of yet. But the rumor mill is swirling. The deal is done. And come Monday, the Green Bay Packers will announce an extension for Jordan Love at the shareholder meeting. Who knows? That's the day, as I've told you, that's the day when my nerves will start to kick up if a deal isn't done by the end of Monday. But training camp is here. Players are probably flying into Green Bay right now. The NFL season is about to kick off, and it's about time. Summertime sucks. I hate summer. Not a lot of sports going on. Baseball can be kind of long and boring. I do like baseball. Not as much as I used to like baseball, but baseball playoffs are fun. But football is finally back, guys. Come Monday, 2 more days. Packers have their first practice. Will Jordan Love be signed? Will Jordan Love be practicing? Hopefully the answer is yes and yes, so we can start talking about other things like this Green Bay Packers defense. And can the Green Bay Packers defense finally stop the run? I'm just glad the Green Bay Packers are no longer hopefully going to play soft defense. That's the one thing that drove me nuts about Joe Barry. He just let you have it and let you march down the field. I don't know about that kind of defense, guys. I want to see somebody be aggressive. I don't care if we get burnt sometimes, to be honest with you. I feel like you should be aggressive. I feel like the Packers on defense have a lot of talent. They brought in X to play safety. They drafted Bullard probably to play the other safety. After that was a strong weakness for the Green Bay Packers for the last couple seasons. They drafted another linebacker, probably the best linebacker in the draft, and they got him. They drafted Van Ness last year, so this defense could be good, guys. This defense could be really good, and I think if this defense just comes through and is a top 10 defense, we already know this offense is going to be explosive. I think that's the key to how far the Packers can go. But I'm just glad Joe Barry's gone. I'm glad we're not just going to be a defense that just lets teams march down the field. I just never understood it. Never understood it, why he ran that kind of defense. Packer fans probably super excited, calling for his head for probably the last couple of years. They finally get rid of him. In come Joe Hafley, now going from a 3-4 to a 4-3. So the Green Bay Packers now with 4 down linemen instead of 3 down linemen. And he's also somebody who utilizes safeties. I think that's why they went out and got Xavier McKinney. That's why they drafted Bullard. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to blitz. I'm super excited to see how good this Green Bay Packers defense can be. I mean, I'm just hoping for a top 10, but if this defense ends up being like a top 5 defense, the Green Bay Packers might be in the Super Bowl this year, even though I'm predicting next year is the season that the Green Bay Packers probably have the best shot. Like, that's the year it's all going to come together. But I was just shocked last year in a good way, super shocked that the Packers turned it around as quickly as they did. I've been watching some of the earlier games, I should say, from last year. And we were right in some of these games, even though we weren't playing very good teams. The Packers were in it. It was just like, one play here and there wasn't happening, wasn't coming through for the Packers. And then you could see as you watch the games later on in the season, they were executing. It was just like an execution thing early on. Wasn't quite there. And then something clicked halfway through the season. And we all know what happened. They miraculously made the playoffs. They destroyed the Dallas Cowboys, who hadn't lost a home game in like 2 years. The Packers just picked them apart, and they had the Niners on the ropes and probably should have won that game. And that brought every Packer fan's confidence up, because at that point, I think most Packer fans were like, okay, Jordan Love's the guy. They're going to sign him. They got a lot of young wide receivers. Get rid of Joe Barry. Pick up some free agents. And this all just happened, guys, in the offseason. So going into this season, I think as a Packer fan, we have to be stoked. I can't wait to see this team on the practice field. I can't wait to see this team in a preseason game. I can't wait to see this team even at family night. I'm just excited for football to be back. We got the Packers and the Eagles. What is it, September 6th or 7th? On a Friday, which is exactly 7 weeks from today. Packers, Eagles in Brazil. That's when it all starts. But I'm excited to see what this team does in practice and everything leading up to that game. And then that's when it gets turned on, gets cranked up. Then the Packers, we'll see what they can do in this 2024 season, with the expectations back to where, or almost back to where, previous Green Bay Packers seasons under Aaron Rodgers are at, which is basically Super Bowl or bust. I don't know if people are picking the Packers to win the Super Bowl. I think they are going to be a sexy pick for a lot of people, but we're right there. And like I said, if everything continues to go in the direction with this young team and they keep getting better, next year will be the year a lot of people will be taking the Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl. Only because, as well, the 49ers are probably on their last year of their window before they have to pay their quarterback. They can't keep paying guys. That's why Ayuk wants to be traded. There's just not enough money to go around. I think the 49ers, after this season, they'll make a run for it this year, but after this season, they'll tail off. The Green Bay Packers will then exceed them maybe in the NFC. Going into next year, the Packers might be the team to beat. And the NFC North is going to be pretty loaded, guys. The Lions, obviously, are very good. The Packers are going to be very good. And the Bears are probably going to be a lot better, depending on Caleb Williams. If he is who he's supposed to be, the Bears will be good. And it'll be a 3-team race in the NFC North for years to come. Battles, probably with all 3 of those teams winning at least 10 games or more. So NFC North is getting stacked. Are the Eagles going to get better? Or, like I said, are the Niners going to drop off? Who is going to be the cream of the crop in the NFC in the next couple years? I'm telling you right now, the NFC North may be the best division in the NFL in this next couple years. So, super excited, guys. Training camp's about to start. And we'll be talking about practices. I remember last year when Jordan Love was throwing dimes. I was getting super pumped up about it. But I feel like this year, guys, this year the Packers are definitely on the rise. That's when most of the excitement comes, right? When your team's on the rise, right? In the last couple of years, I feel like we've been on the decline. We are now back on the rise. The rebuild, the reload is completely over. The pack is back. And I'm super excited to see what this team can do. Stay tuned with me, guys. Let me know what you guys think, what you guys are excited about for this season with the Green Bay Packers. Let me know in the comments, but let's go. And like always, guys, go Pack, go.